Hey everybody, it's Susan from Sisforsucculents, and it is a glorious, beautiful day. It's a Saturday, the wind is still, it's really nice. So I've been continuing to do some work in my succulent beds in the front yard, and I came across this beauty, and I actually couldn't see it properly. Again, it was another one that had other succulents growing over the top of it. It was actually a campfire, and it's getting quite shrubby, and it was hiding this part of this Haworthia, and this part was exposed. I guess that's why this is a little bit more stressed in colour. And so I decided to take it out and nurture it a little bit more because it's really awesome. There's so many little heads in there. It's so pretty. It just needs a little attention. Getting out some dry leaves. Just look at the base. It's got a good root system. It's not a long root system. So I actually have a shallow pot with some other succulents in that I'm going to put it in. But it made me think, I don't know enough about these window Haworthias. You know what I mean by windows? Like you can actually, they're actually transparent parts. Oops, sorry, bumped the camera. And they're like little windows to capture the sunlight. So I did a bit of research and I googled Haworthia's windows, and it seems like there's a few main types. See, what happened was I actually bought a lot years back, and I was just so hungry for plants. I just wasn't focused on the name, and now I regret it because I didn't label them properly, and I've got all different types. But I've seemed to have figured out that that one that I just showed you is the same as this one. See, it's got sort of long pointy leaves. Even the pattern on the window, sort of streaky lines. So when I searched up images, I got some different names, and I wrote this down. So I think this type is that, which again is the same. See, the window shape's the same, same shape of leaves. So I also have another version. That one's a little bit crispy. Okay, and so in my search I came across another name, retusa. I don't want to pronounce them because I'm terrible at that. See that? And this one seems to have a real sort of flat triangle shape to it. I have a few of those. This one's a little bit in need of some water, and it's got some stressed red bits on it, which normally would look nice, but this one looks a little dehydrated. And then there's this type, which is one of my favourites. Maybe I'll be able to pronounce that. Copper eye? Oh gosh. Anyway, this is a beautiful specimen. It's got lots of bubbies. It's very translucent, like it has more window space, I guess. And this has got a lovely red stressed colour to it, in a healthy sort of stressed way, you know what I mean? Not like on the verge of dying stressed. So, okay, and then the next type that the name hit that I got was this. And so looking at the images, Cuspy Data? God, I know I've said that completely wrong. This one reminded me of these. Oops, I hit the camera again. But they seem to be a bit more stubby leaves. But what I really like about these Haworthias, don't give them too much sunlight, give them dappled light, not direct sunlight, even though clearly this one's had a lot. Actually, I think that might have happened through winter, but anyway, don't listen to my ramblings, what do I know. But what I like about them is they can get really translucent, like really, I don't know, they're just so iridescent and green. Alright, so before we move on to the next section, I just want to say I'm definitely not an expert on Haworthias, especially these window types. So if you know a little bit more about them and you know I've got the names incorrect, please let me know. Actually, I would love to hear. Look, merely alcohol. Yeah, I would love to be corrected because I just did a little bit of research on the fly really quickly then. Alright. Okay, so while I was doing maintenance, now this is a different succulent bed that I have out the front. I pulled these out, these Agavoides, and that is a mixed giant pup that I cut. Why did I pull it out? Because I love it so much. Well, this one, let's have a look at this first. Look at that main head, it's so pretty, but it has got these beautiful pups around it. It just looks quite stunning like that. The proportions of it's really good. It's got a little bit of sun damage, and that's why I took it out, because this part of the succulent was getting a lot of sun, and you can see you know, a little bit of damage because of that. And when I say a lot of sun, it is right up the front. It's just hit all day long. So when I planted it, it was just that head. So I was pleasantly surprised to find all these pups. The good thing was I had some like gallum jade, and they were shrubbing up a bit, and they were giving the side bits, because it was quite pushed up against it, they were giving the side bits a bit of protection. When I let things go in the front garden, I really feel like they're out in the wild. Because when they're in my pots, I can maintain them better, I can move them around, follow the light, that sort of stuff. But they're sort of a free agent in the ground. They do seem to get bigger in the ground. I think that's got a lot to do with heat dispersion into the ground versus a pot. That's another subject. And I took this one out. This is actually the same Agavoide, and I don't know its name, so please, 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 if you know it, please comment the name, because the fellow I got them from, he's a local grower, past Geelong, local for me because I live in Werribee, and he called them red edges, and clearly not red edges. So it's been a bit of a mystery to me, but just to help identify them and show off a little bit, I have more of them. So I got a few of them from him, and I've grown pups and stuff, so they're starting to really multiply now. This is the same one. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that blush of pink. So this is getting a lot of morning sun and a little bit of early afternoon, and then it's shaded. And this back half, which a lot of pretty things is going on back there, is behind the light. Oh, look, there's my sale price on my pot. These were a good buy. They're on sale at Bunnings. I got like 10 of them. Anyway, this is the side that gets the most sun, and it is throwing some pups too. So it's just stunning. I love it. So delicious looking. I want to eat it. Nice little flower. And I'll show you one more. It's a little bit heavy. It's a bit awkward. This is the other one. It's getting the same sort of blush. I don't see any pops. Oh, I painted this pot. What do you reckon? It's just mucking around. Do you know what I sealed it with? Hairspray. Anyway, it's just I was having a bit of a creative moment. I realised I can paint, but not that good. So anyway, that's them. So please, if you know what they're called, let me know. Alright, going back to what I took out. So I'm thinking, hang on, I've got a pot here. I'd rather move this stuff than move the camera, so hang on. So there's the pot, had something else in it. This soil's got a lot of pebbles in it, which is fine. It should be good for drainage. I want to put that big mama on that, like this. I might have to move the camera to show you. So I think it's a perfect pot for it, and I'm not going to plant it really deep in. I want it to be above, so any pops that grow don't get stuck and they grow out. And I think from time to time I might harvest a few pops, but I really like this clustered look, and I'm going to keep it and let it just keep growing as a cluster. Okay, so I've cleaned them up and I've potted them up, and I'll just wrap this up and show you how they look. So this Haworthia is now in this shallow wide pot, and I think it's turned out to be quite a nice arrangement. I really spent some time pulling out the dry leaves, the ones that are sort of already turned papery, you know. I gave it a good spray of rubbing alcohol just in case there's mealies hiding in there, and it just looks a lot more lush now, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, the little mini, or the smaller Agavoide, I just put in a regular pot. It's about 120 mils, and that looks really pretty. Very happy with that. And the other big mama is here, so I'm really pleased with the clumpy look about it. I think it looks really pretty. That is now going to be one of my favourites, and I'm really looking forward to putting in the right lighting conditions to really bring out the pink tips and blush. So there you go, unknown Agavoide, but what a beauty. I like to nickname Agavoides points to heaven.